Jaydayoungan Dreadlocks. I feel like we typically see him with his hairstyle with the pineapple at the top, and it's really clean hairstyle. And with me saying typically, I've actually done another video on him. And of course, if you want to see how he started out his dreadlocks, make sure to go check that video out. One thing I think was interesting is looking at this photo with his hair actually being down. It just is a whole different look. Now with his hair being down, you're able to see how big that front taper is on his dreadlocks. Now I feel that his front taper is quite long compared to other people who do a front tapered hairline. His looks like it's about 3 inches long, and typically people will do about an inch, maybe even half an inch or even shorter than that with a tapered hairline. Now I'm not sure if this was intentional or if this is something that just gradually happened over time, because that happens as well, to where if people do a tapered hairline and then they keep pushing it back over time on accident, that definitely is possible. But overall, his dreadlocks themselves are really clean and very well put together. But looking at his roots now compared to the first video that I did, it's starting to show that he's going somewhat of a semi-freeform. And the reason you can tell this is because the tips of his dreadlocks and the lengths of them are pretty well maintained and very well put together. But down by the roots, they're pretty thick, and when you see the roots becoming thicker, it shows that the person went through a time period of not maintaining their dreadlocks. So for instance, if he typically does twisting with gel to maintain his dreadlocks, then that's what's going to maintain his roots. But if he stops maintaining it, now of course it'll stay within its sections because they're so well maintained. Now of course you would have to actually do separation and stuff like that. But regardless, if you're not twisting the roots, it's going to get bunched up, or a better word would be clumped up at the roots, and then it's going to become thicker at the roots, and then there's going to be a point in time where the hair grows out, and you're just going to be able to see that time period of you not maintaining your dreadlocks. Now of course we do see that his hair is twisted, but it's still pretty evident, showing that there was a time period to where he didn't really maintain his dreadlocks as much as he used to. But we've seen him graduate to this new hairstyle of doing kind of a bun at the front of his hair. I'm not exactly sure why he's doing this. Now of course a simple answer would be that he's just doing it for the style. But then again, I mean, it could be because his tapered hairline is getting pushed back even further. But the interesting thing about it is he's not experiencing hair loss, it's just that his tapered hairline is getting pushed back. And of course there's other things that we're going to get into here in a little bit. But regardless, I still feel like the way that he styles his dreadlocks are very unique and honestly really interesting, because when he does the bun or if he does the pineapple top, he still allows a little bit of give at the roots, which gives it this kind of bulging look at the base. And overall, in my opinion, looks really cool. Now this is my prime example of what I was talking about this whole entire video. First off, you see the tapered hairline is really far back. And not only that, but if you look at his roots, like, this is the most new growth I've seen with his dreadlocks. But even with that being said, he has 2-strand twists in, and then he has those in 2-strand twists, which is just really interesting, seeing that he has these hairstyles in, but his roots are not maintained. And that just goes to show that